there's a couple of main things that I want to deal with today and work through them very quickly because we're all busy. One of them's acquiring listings using the off-market platform, and then the other touches on the new functionality that we've got, like I mentioned, that's connecting potential sellers to buyers. The most important thing for us at the moment, real estate agents, is to secure listings. And in relation to this off-market platform, for those people that we've been training up on an individual basis out at their agencies, they're having phenomenal success at securing listings that they couldn't otherwise get by using the off-market platform. As a process of dialogue, what we need to do is give people that are potential sellers a feeling of comfort that they can proceed in this market without overexposing their property and then it not selling, and assuring them that you have a format to do that that can lead them to giving you the authority. Because at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. We want to get their authority. If we don't end up selling it off market, then we want to make them feel comfortable with going to the next step, which is putting it on the portals. And if it's putting it on the portals without an address, then at least that's the way that we start to get a commitment from them with the authority. One of the problems I've had as a real estate agent over the years is when I've told people that I have buyers on a database, and you know, I can sell their property off market. It's then getting to that uncomfortable process of trying to get the listing authority. The great thing about putting it on this off-market platform is there's a very guaranteed dialogue that you can have with your sellers to make them feel comfortable. The first thing is that as a seller and you're concerned about putting your property on the market, it's that the people that are registered on the off-market platform for itrack, and we have every single suburb in the metropolitan area with registered buyers, and some suburbs up to 150 people, which is being driven by this shortage of stock, is as a potential vendor, you can say to them that the only people that are going to see this property, not tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, the only people that are going to see this property are the people that are registered to buy in their suburb in their price range. And the people that have gone onto the itrack platform and registered as an off-market buyer, they're people that can't find properties on the portals. They're people that are more concerned about trying to find a home than they are trying to negotiate the best possible price. So as a potential seller, not only are you not overexposing your property, but you're connecting with people that are desperate to find a home, that can't find a home on the portals, that have downloaded the app, registered in the suburb, told us what their price range is. And they're the people that, as real estate agents, we always try to find. And then on the other side of this platform, for those people that are wishing to sell, I often find in experience that people that are in two minds about selling will do anything to sort of hold back. And a dialogue that I often use is that now is not decision time. Now is not the time that you have to decide whether you're going to be selling or not. Now is the time that you give me the opportunity to connect with people that are trying to find a home, that are desperate to find a property, not desperate to negotiate. And then if we can facilitate a listing for you, an offer for you, then it's time to decide whether you want to sell. I noticed a recent statistic that when this COVID thing flipped into place, that 50% of the properties that were on the portals that were for sale were withdrawn from the market. Those people are still sellers. Those people just want to sell at a price that they thought that they were going to get before this COVID thing hit into place. And in WA, we're a whole lot better off than we are in the eastern states. But what's very, very relevant at the moment is that where off-market sales used to be, 10, 15% of the overall transactions that were happening in the marketplace, they're now 30, 40, 50% of the transactions that are happening within agencies. But you need the ability to get that listing authority. And if it's just to buyers on your database, it's very hard to say, give me the authority. But if it's going onto a platform that's independent of your database, then there's more reason to be able to justify that you need it. And whether you get it for 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, and then go back to them with an extension because you need to open the window of opportunity and put it on the portals. The great thing is that you've managed to secure the authority. And in a very competitive environment, when listings are tight and every agent's doing what they can to get listings, the important thing is being able to provide your sellers with a level of comfort that they can move forward with you, that they're not going to overexpose their property, and that you can find them a buyer that's going to fit in with the property that they've got for sale. So that's a bit of the drill and a bit of the dialogue that we're finding is working for real estate agents in being able to secure the listing. In moving forward with what the actual off-market process looks like, I've got these off-market listings here myself. If I want to add a new off-market listing, I write in the suburb and I write in the street name. If I want to write in the street name, the bedrooms, the house size, the bathrooms, the land size, the price that you want to match to the people that have registered on the other side of the platform. So if buyers have registered from anywhere between 800 to 1.2 million, and you want to catch them, you write in 1 million. The next is what you want them to see. So you might not want them to see what the actual asking price is. You might have expressions of interest. You might have prices above 1 million. Whatever it is that you feel is going to work best for you, and then the description. There's one great thing in relation to this off-market platform in relation to the suburb. With the portals that we all advertise through, if I've got a property in one suburb, but most of the buyers prefer that are in the marketplace the suburb right next door, in the past I haven't been able to advertise a property that's in Wembley, for instance, in the catchment of Perth. But in this suburb criteria, you can write in whatever suburb that you think most buyers are registered in. So if I've got a listing in Wembley, if I've got a listing in Wembley, but I know that there's a lot of people registered in Floreat, I can write down Floreat here, and then in the street address, I might actually write in Wembley on the border of Floreat. But the great thing is that I will connect to all the people that are registered in for Floreat off-market properties. A couple of days later, I might go back and change that to Wembley, and then I'll get all the Wembley people as well. The significant thing to remember is that we've all got buyers, but on this platform, there is absolutely little doubt that there will be buyers registered over and above your existing database. And they're people you want to connect with anyhow, because anybody that's obviously looking for an off-market property or looking for any property is often a seller as well. And there's ways that I can show you later how to connect to them in a way that is a soft introduction in the process of trying to connect with them to hopefully list their property as well. Once you upload the details, and you can grab a picture from your photo gallery and put that in. You can put in 1 photo, 2 photos, 10 photos. And like I said, you can put in as much or as little information as you want about the property. Anybody that is registered in that suburb, in that price bracket, will see it. If they open it, those people you get to connect to immediately. So if 100 people open that property and have a look at it, that's 100 people that you can effectively add to your database of buyers for that property or another property that might come on in a week or 2 or whatever. So unlike the portals where you might advertise a property and you get 5 or 10 people that might email you or SMS you out of the 100 people that look at it, If 100 people look at this property, then that's 100 people you can connect to, and I'll show you how. With this property here, which is a quiet listing that I've got in Cottesloe, this is my main menu. If I go into trackers and then go into trackers, engagements and profiles, I get a list of all the people that have looked at the property, and I get a list of who's looking at it the most. So we list them from highest to lowest based on how many times they're looking at it per week. I'm going to go into me, and then what that also does is allow me to have a look at the other properties that a buyer is also tracking or monitoring in the market, both listed and unlisted. I can message that person individually where it says message tracker. I can write notes on that person. If I think that person's another real estate agent, you'll see a blue circle with a tick which says users should see notifications. If I untick that, thinking it's another real estate agent, then that person's blocked and they don't see anything. What I often do, here's all the people that have opened this off-market listing of mine. Look, there's even more there. Anyhow, there's a lot of people searching for property given this shortage of listings on the market. The other thing that's a great thing that we've added to this process is that if you can get the cooperation from your seller to promote this property on social networks without the address, then we've built in some functionality that you can then upload it to Facebook or Instagram, TikTok. I think there's even, if there's more, I'm not on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn as well. And then if anybody clicks on that property, they're connected back through to you as another potential buyer. The great thing that we're adding to this process, which will be done in about a week or so, is when a buyer receives a notification of one of your off-market listings and they like it and they're interested in showing their friends, they can also share it. So they can share it to their social network. So very quickly and very easily, without spending any money, because God damn it, it's for free, you can connect to a lot of people that end up then reconnecting to you as potential buyers or potential sellers. The other thing that I think is really important, apart from being able to send all manner of notifications to people that are interested in this property, and I'll get to that in a minute, the thing that I do as soon as I get a listing, whether it's a live listing or whether it's an off-market listing, is I get the seller's details and I put them in this page here. So I go into vendor communications, edit seller details, I put their email in and I put their name in. And the reason I do this is because when I get a listing, I tell my vendors that I use a campaign updating notification platform called itrack Property. I tell them they may or may not get emails from itrack. Of course, I know they're going to, but I tell them that it's a campaign updating platform. So whenever I get the opportunity to condition my sellers down to a level that the market is feeling that this property is worth, this is how I do it. So instead of me being the bad guy, I get itrack to send the email for me, and it arrives to my vendors as campaign update from itrack Property. So if there's a similar listing in Cottesloe that makes the listing that I'm trying to sell expensive, then I search for all the properties in Cottesloe. I choose the ones that make the one that I'm trying to sell look too expensive. I choose them. I won't do it. I tap on it, and then it goes as an email to my vendor. If there's a comparable sale down the road, across the street, whatever it is that makes their listing look too expensive, I just add that in manually. And what you need to do in this circumstance is go and get a couple of photos or download them from a portal, put them on there, write in the details of the suburb and the street, what it was, the date it sold, how much it sold for, and how long it was on the market. You can put all of that or none of that and send that to your vendor. So the great thing is that you have a vendor conditioning tool without being the bad guy. The other straightforward notifications that we've had in the platform for a long time is various things, and it can even be a miscellaneous post which will go out to everybody. If you've got a photo of 5 offers on the property and you take a photo of it, you can send that out with a text message that you've got 5 offers, you're in sell mode. If there's somebody that wants a private viewing time, you can add that in, and then everybody's able to come along at the same time. If there's something else that's another off-market listing that you think they might be interested in, a price change, any number of things that you need to get across to the market to make them engage in this property, you can send through this way. The great thing is the more you hone into this platform, is if you're sending out notifications that have to do with prices, and you look back at your trackers and you see who's opened those notifications, then you know that they might actually be in buy mode. If you're sending out notifications to do with home open times, like the private home open times, and they're not opening them, it means they're not interested in having a look at the property, and they're probably checking the market out as a potential seller. And that is what, when you then go into trackers and you message them individually, and it might be along the lines, hey, for anybody of you out there that are looking to buy, often you're looking to sell, we've got 5 buyers looking for a home, a 4x2 on 500 square meters for $800,000. They'll think it's going to the entire pool, but it's just going to them. Or you can send it to the entire pool. But it's a way of understanding whether these people on the platform are actually in buy mode or sell mode. So as far as the off-market platform is concerned, as far as the live listings that you can download and activate at any one time, what we want to do is pass on anybody that's interested in these properties straight to you so you can connect to them instantly. On the pages, as a buyer, which I'll flip back into, when they go into one of your off-market properties, there's quite a few here. Let me grab one. As a buyer, I can have a look at you as the agent, which is where you want to do a bit of a sell on yourself. I can message you at any time, or I can call you at any time. But of course, you can send them a message anytime and ask them if you can give them a quick buzz and chat to them, because for the moment, all this messaging and all the notifications are in-app. So that's why we're getting so many people that are downloading and engaging in this, because they feel it's a soft way to connect with an agent and find out what's going on in the marketplace on a campaign or off-market listings before having to make the phone call or make the email. But you can always prompt that yourself. That's a quick snapshot on the off market, and all I can tell you is that we have testimonials from other agents that are using this as a listing tool, and it is significantly adding to the amount of properties that they're getting authorities for. If you can go to a buyer and say, I can guarantee you a soft, safe way to find buyers that will pay you the price you want, and this is the way we do it, and we're only going to connect to people that are interested in buying in your suburb, and we're not going to put a price on it that people are going to negotiate down from. We're saying to people that are registered for off-market listings that this property may be available at this price range if you're happy to meet our sellers' objectives in relation to selling. There would be very few people that are toying with the idea of selling that wouldn't go, yeah, that makes sense. I'm saving the integrity of the home. I'm not over advertising it. I'm not over exposing it. I can advertise it on the portals if I can't manage to secure a sale do this off-market process. And that's a decision that they can make down the line, but it at least gives you the ability to ask for that authority instead of it being an uncomfortable process. And I've had people that have contacted me and called me, really without being silly, raving about the opportunities that they've managed to get by using this as a means to get the authority, start the process, and then push them up onto the portals if they haven't been able to sell it. That's the off-market thing. Now, I just want to quickly chat to you very quickly about what itrack is doing to get potential sellers in front of agents that are on the platform. I'm in the buyer menu at the moment, which is always going to exist, but when someone opens up, they'll go half into buyer menu, half into that market reflections page. On this page, people can search for nearby sales. They can request an e-appraisal. They can find out about a property that's not for sale, but they might be interested in. When they go into the market reflections page, we also allow them to, on the post there underneath the picture, it says, do you want a suburb report for Forestfield? If they have a look at a property that's sold, if they have a look at a property that's gone under offer, anything that suggests to us that they're checking the market out, we do this thing. And these posts are actually going to increase in size. And they say, you recently requested more information on Forestfield. Tap here to see a list of agents that you can contact for further help. When they tap on it, we have all the agents that are selling in Forestfield. And then if they were to tap on one particular, it'll open up into the profile. And this is the important place for you to sell yourself as best you can, whether it's a photo, whether it's information here on what you do and how you do it better. These are people that are more likely to connect to you because they're thinking of selling, because they're people that we know from how they've been engaging in the platform that they're potential sellers. It then goes down to list the properties that you or whoever has for sale. And as the potential seller, you can have a look at that, see if they marry up to the sort of property you've got, and then connect with you. That's something that we're going to build on more and more as much as we can. When anybody requests a market report, which is back here in the main menu, request nearby sales, they're definitely people that we feel that are obviously wanting to check the market out, see what's going on without necessarily ringing an agent and asking them the question. But what we want to do is connect people that are agents that are using this app to people that are selling. So on this page where they write out the suburb that they want the information on, or the street they want the information on, we then send them a report. But what we're hoping to have finalized within the next few days is the ability for us to send that report with a promo of the agent that is selling in that suburb. So we'll be connecting with all the agents that have their listings on itrack, getting some photos, getting some blurb, and we'll be rotating each one of those agents as per the search reports are requested, promoting them as a potential contact if they're thinking that they would like to sell. The other thing that we're very close to finishing as well, and when I say close, I'm talking days, is as a real estate agent, and I'm back in the agent menu now. If I go into my all trackers, there's lots of people that have connected to me. A lot of the time I have virtually all the time I have the address that they've connected to me on, whether it was a live listing, whether it was an off-market listing. The one thing that I've always tried to do as a real estate agent is reconnect to people that have been in contact with me regarding various listings. And I do two things. One, I ask them if they're still looking, and if they are still looking, Please connect. Let me know what you're looking for, because we've got lots of new listings coming to the market, but we've got lots of off-market listings that might suit. And I get a fresh collection of people that I know are in serious buyer mode. And then the other message we send is, look, a lot of people, and this is nothing new, right? It's just remembering to do it. A lot of people that are looking to buy are often looking to sell. If you are interested in selling and you do want to do it quickly and quietly with people that are ready to go, registered on our off-market platform, please connect to us, and we can either send you out an e-appraisal, or we can connect with you about the best process forward. So what we're doing at itrack, and having it finished within the next couple of days, is we're going to automate those messages for you. So there will be a section underneath tips and training, which will have automated messages. And what will happen is every 4 weeks, they'll go out to all the new people that have connected to one of your properties. You'll be able to adjust that to every 8 weeks or every 12 weeks. You'll have the messages that we're going to send out, and you can adjust those messages in accordance with how you best feel serves you, or you can block them. But what will happen is we'll be connecting to people while you're relaxing, having a glass of wine, having a sleep, having a bite to eat, and the app will be working on your behalf, trying to connect to people that we feel are either still in buy mode or still in sell mode, and then we'll send you those messages back from anybody in particular that is still in buy mode or starting to move into sell mode. I said to a lot of people that I would keep it at 30 minutes, and I've gone 1 minute over. What I can assure you is that there is ongoing added functionality all the time to help agents facilitate deals, but also help agents to connect with sellers and get more listings. There's a whole section on how to use the notifications within the platform to facilitate traction and facilitate offers, and also to understand whether someone's a buyer or seller, and we'll be doing a webinar on that shortly. But right now, all I can say is send me a message if you want some brochures to take out to your potential sellers that list the benefits of starting the process off market softly to those people most inclined to buy, and we'll send you those out. And please let me know if we can pop out and see you one-on-one in the office and let you know how best to maximize the platform. It's free. We're not charging anything. We won't be charging anything for a long time. Our game is to make it easier for you to sell and to connect you to as many potential buyers and sellers in the marketplace as possible. We don't hold any back. We're not like some of the portals where they're getting thousands and thousands of people inquiring, and you only get to connect to the 5 or 10 that email you. Anyone that inquires or looks at any one of your listings through itrack, you're instantly connected to. It's just a matter of knowing how to go into that tracker profile and then message them and start the conversation. So thanks for joining us. Hopefully we've been able to add some insight into the ability of gaining more listings, but it would be our absolute pleasure to pop out, see you face to face, and further the ability of you all to smash it in a pretty tough market.